What's up guys, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and in this video we're going to be doing the initial comparison between the iPhone XS Max and the OnePlus 6T. The OnePlus 6T comes in around half the price of the iPhone XS Max. Does that mean that you're getting half the features? Well, let's find out. Now, starting with the build and design, both of these are very premium. The OnePlus 6T, even though it's the cheaper device, doesn't feel cheap in any way. It's got very premium materials. There's an aluminium frame with glass panels on the front and back, and the iPhone has a stainless steel frame with glass panels on the front and back too. The back glass on the 6T, however, does curve in a little bit more towards the sides, and for that reason it does make it a little bit more comfortable to hold. It also weighs less compared to the iPhone XS Max. Now, in terms of the finish, if you go for the mirror black OnePlus 6T, then it's very similar to the iPhone XS Max, quite glossy and reflective. But I've got the midnight black version here, and this actually has quite a smooth texture, and it doesn't attract fingerprints as much as the mirror version does. In either case, if you want to customize the look of your iPhone XS Max or your OnePlus 6T, then I definitely recommend picking up a skin from our channel sponsor Dbrand. They've got a whole selection of skins for the iPhone XS Max as well as the OnePlus 6T, and I'm going to be leaving a link to them in the description below. Now, one advantage that the iPhone XS Max does get is that it's got certified IP68 Water Dust Resistance. The OnePlus 6T, although OnePlus do say it should be alright for a splash and in the rain and things, it's not officially certified. Now, in terms of the overall size, both of these are very similar, exactly the same in height. The OnePlus 6T is slightly narrower, and the iPhone XS is slightly slimmer. And both also have similar sized displays. We've got a slightly larger 6.5-inch display on the iPhone XS Max with a 6.41-inch display on the OnePlus 6T. And both of these have OLED technology, which means colors are vibrant, blacks are deep, and viewing angles are also very good. The iPhone XS Max does have a higher resolution, however, and you do get 3D touch. Now, this is a pressure-sensitive display, and it's going to allow you to push down harder on certain items to get more options and things. This is something that you don't have on the OnePlus 6T. You can see that we've got a notch on both devices as well. The notch on the OnePlus 6T is quite a bit smaller compared to the iPhone XS Max, but the OnePlus 6T does have a slightly larger chin. And there is a good reason why the XS Max has a larger notch, and that is because it has a bunch of sensors for Face ID. So this is the facial unlock, which works really well. And it's also very secure. It projects like 30,000 dots on your face, and you can use it to authorize payments and things. With the OnePlus 6T, you do have facial unlock. However, it only uses the front-facing camera, so it's not as secure as the iPhone XS Max. But you do get a fingerprint scanner, and this fingerprint scanner is actually embedded within the display. Now, this fingerprint scanner works really well, and it's also in a very convenient position here at the front, but it's going to come down to your personal preference, what you like. Do you prefer Face ID or do you prefer a fingerprint scanner? In my opinion, both of them are very good, and I don't mind using either of these. Now, when it comes to the speakers, then the iPhone definitely gets the advantage here, and that's because we've got stereo speakers. One is in the earpiece and one is bottom firing. On the OnePlus 6T, we only have a single bottom-firing speaker. So you will be getting a more immersive experience on the iPhone XS Max when you're watching videos and playing games, and neither of these have a 3.5mm jack. However, the OnePlus 6T does come with a dongle out of the box, so this is a 3.5mm to USB Type-C dongle. With the iPhone XS Max, you no longer get a dongle out of the box, but you do get some Lightning earpods out of the box if that's what you want to use. Now let's look at the internals. Both of these are powered with some of the latest and greatest processors. On the iPhone XS Max, you do have the Apple A12 Bionic Chip. On the OnePlus 6T, you have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845, but you do get more RAM on the OnePlus 6T, up to 8GB. However, we do have different operating systems running on both of these. The iPhone XS Max has iOS 12. The OnePlus 6T has Oxygen OS based upon Android 9. Now, of course, because we have different operating systems on both of these, when it comes to speed, it's not all about specs. It does come down to optimization as well. And in my time of using both of these, they have been very fast and snappy. If you want to see a SuperSaf style speed test between these two, then definitely let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to do that as soon as possible. Now let's move on to the cameras. As you can see, we do have dual rear-facing cameras on both devices, but they're very different in terms of their setups. The iPhone XS Max has two 12-megapixel cameras, One of them is a regular wide angle, and the secondary camera is a telephoto camera, which is going to give you 2x optical zoom. The OnePlus 6T has a primary 16 megapixel camera and a secondary 12 megapixel camera, but the secondary camera, you can't actually use it independently. It's used for depth information for the portrait mode. So although you do have more resolution on the OnePlus 6T, on the iPhone XS Max, you do have that optical zoom. Now, because the OnePlus 6T has just come out, I am gonna have to spend more time with these to see how good the pictures and videos are. If you want to see a SuperSaf style camera comparison between these two, definitely let me know in the comments below. When it does come to video, both of these can film at up to 60 frames a second at 4K. And when it comes to slow motion, the OnePlus 6T does have a higher frame rate at 720p, and that's 480 frames a second, super slow motion. But at 1080p, both of these can do 240 frames a second. When it comes to the front-facing cameras, we've got much more resolution on the OnePlus 6T, 16 megapixels versus 7 megapixels on the iPhone XS Max. Of course, megapixels are not everything, so we will have to do some more tests, but both of these are going to allow a portrait mode from the front-facing camera. However, on the iPhone XS Max, you can adjust the blur after you've taken a picture. This is something you can't currently do on the OnePlus 6T. Now, moving on to the batteries, the OnePlus 6T does have a larger battery compared to the XS Max. Of course, usage is going to vary from person to person. And the OnePlus 6T also comes with a fast charger out of the box. You're not going to have to buy this separately. The iPhone XS Max, although it does support fast charging, the fast charger does not come out of the box. You are going to have to buy that separately. This is quite impressive on the OnePlus 6T. Although you are paying quite a bit less compared to the XS Max, you are getting that fast charger included. One of the things that you do get, however, on the XS Max is wireless charging. This is something that you do not have on the OnePlus 6T. Now, finally, looking at the price, as mentioned earlier on towards this video, the OnePlus 6T comes in around half the price of the iPhone XS Max, which is very, very impressive considering what you're getting in this package. So when it comes to value for money, then of course the OnePlus 6T is the better option here, but I think it will come down to what your preference is in terms of the operating system. If you're somebody who uses iOS, then you may still prefer the iPhone XS Max because of that ecosystem and all the benefits that you get by using iOS. However, if you are on a budget and you don't mind using Android, then the OnePlus 6T is a great option for the money. What do you guys think of both of these devices? Definitely drop me a comment below and let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and switch on notifications. We've got lots more content coming up on here. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.